Wow. And the rest is the our Father, our family, only pray. Hi, Abdul. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? Happy. What's the day there? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. It's good to see you again. Yesterday in the evening, my network was still so bad. So I just gave up. But I put a post on the community to explain. Like just in case you came around. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see it? Oh, okay. I'm just seeing your comment. I'm just seeing that you actually saw it. I'm just seeing that you actually saw it. Yeah, I was trying to set it up, but the network was just going and coming. I gave up. Or I say, be like, say this life is not a today life, it's tomorrow. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? How's your day going? Hope you slept well. Hope you're doing good. What's up for today? Thank you. Today, I want to talk about not giving up. My topic is it's not over. And I want to talk about it in the sense of plans and, when you plan or have a future activity in mind. Now people can give up before the end just because, like for example, we're at the end of the year. Someone can just decide that it's already December, you know, let me just come on that's and that should not be that should not be something we do. What happened? Why didn't you sleep well? Tell me. Kilo Shele, what happened to your sleep? Mm, so yeah, I want to talk about not giving up in that sense. that's that's today's topic. Meanwhile, Abdullah, I'm waiting for your gist. What happened to you? Demonic dream? Demonic dream care. Ọlọ́run ṣàánú. I hope you prayed when you woke up because ìyẹn ni kókó like this. ìyẹn ló lórí gbogbo ẹ̀, you have to pray. If you see that kind of thing in your sleep, you have to pray. When you wake up, you have to what's the word? You have to pray, Sha. Did you pray? I hope you prayed. Let me see. My, because it's important though. No, you don't joke with you know now, you know how it is now, you know the deal, you know the drill, then you know that we don't play with those kind of things here. It's, as you see something like this, you pray about it immediately. I hope you prayed. Anyway, yeah. So today I'm just here to you over prayed. Better. That's the way. If you see anything you're not supposed to see in your sleep, immediately wake up and gently eat with prayer. Is a must. That one is a must. It's not negotiable. You get it's non negotiable. You must always pray when you see weird things like this in your dream. Sorry about that. So I trust that everything is well by God's grace because dreams can be scary. There's a time I used to have you don't dream at night. People like you, anytime you dream, then you have to like take it seriously. I had a phase where I used to dream like a lot, like ah, and so it was a serious prayer point for me. Like I don't want this thing recurring in my dream, Father Lord, please. And so I'm happy that after a while it stopped happening, sha. And so now every time I dream, of course it's important stuff. I pray, like it's easy for me to pray. But if not, God I beg. I'm glad that you prayed. Sorry about that. So yeah, my topic today is not over, right? I was thinking about how the year has ended. And because the year has ended, there are some things I've already heard people say that I'm just like, you're already in this head space. You're already thinking like this. You know, I've heard people say, Odin is loton, Odin is loton. And so when you're discussing plans, they're like, this year don't go now. Anything I want to do now January. And I'm like, I don't understand. Today is the 4th. Today is day 4 of December. Inside 31, that's 27 days left. You can't say the year has gone when you have over 3 weeks left. In fact, you have exactly 4 weeks left. You can't say the year has gone. And people are saying that a lot around me, and I'm confused. The year has not gone. It's not over. You cannot say it's over. It is not over. A lot can happen in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. A lot. A lot can even happen in 1 week. Calm, but it was in 3 weeks. So, excuse me. So, the charge for this morning, the dose of encouragement for today is that it's not over. That's my topic. I'm sure you've already seen it on my listing, but that's the topic for today. That's the charge for today. It's not over. It's not the end. Kuti law exactly, Abdul Kuti law. You cannot decide that the year has ended. I talked about the subconscious yesterday, and is that these subconscious choices they inform our actions, even when we don't know. Even when you don't know that's what you are doing, you'll be acting based on your subconscious state of mind. So if your subconscious state of mind is that it's over, you already start acting like it's over. Yes, Abdul, you're right. It's not over until it's over. Like until you actually are standing, I don't know, in your house with your family, in the village with your people or in church, and you are shouting, you are doing that countdown of 10, 9, 8, or you are dancing, play happy New Year until you get there. It's not over. If you've not gotten to that point, you cannot decide that the year is over. And there has to be that consciousness that the year is not over, and that has to drive your action. That has to drive your, excuse me, that has to drive your action. That has to drive the way you view your opportunities. Life wants to drive the ginger for work. So rather than thinking that it's already over, you can think, I have some more time. How can I maximize this time and do something fantastic this year? Maybe that's what you should be thinking. Instead of thinking that it's over, maybe it should be, how can I take advantage of the opportunities that might still remain in this year? You know, maybe it should be that. Maybe it should be, how can I still make something happen this year? So rather than admit a position of finality or have that tone of finality, like say, nothing can happen again, you don't go to law, you don't go. Rather than being in that headspace, the headspace should be, what can still happen, right? In short, that should be your subconscious mind. That should be what drives your actions. What can still happen? What can still be done? What can I still achieve? What can I still put my hand on this year? It's 3 weeks. You've got 3 weeks. You've got 3 weeks. You can put in, if you're doing in that part, you can put in the work to get your promotion next year. By the end of Q1, the actions that will drive that promotion can start now. If you're a business person, you can start putting in steps for that your business to boost in January. But you can start now. So you are not seeing it as a closed door, you are seeing it as a stepping stone into the next, right? You're not seeing it as it has closed. Nothing can happen here again. You are seeing it as a stepping stone into the next. One of my favorite scriptures to reference when I think about this thing is that place in the Bible where Jesus was speaking to disciples. There's one place where this guy, Simon, he had done the fishing. It's a very popular story. He had done his fishing. He did not catch fish. He has even washed his net. They today nothing. She gets, and at that point Jesus came around and used his boat, and then Jesus was like, go back inside the water, cast your net. The guy said, normally, normal. But he tried, there's nothing there. But the pastor speaking, go again, I go again. And he was supposed to be going home. It was supposed to be the end of that day or that day's work. He's like, okay, if you say so, make I just try. And he did. And he caught so much, right? That's the story in the Bible. And that that headspace is where it should be. It should be in the headspace that, okay, something can still happen. I know I've put in my best. I've done January, February, March, April, to November. And it did not look like how I thought it would look. To be honest, if I want to bring it to myself, this year has seen lagalaga. I know Abdul will know that Yoruba. The year has seen me lagalaga. It has thrown me up, it has thrown me down this year. And there are a lot of things that I planned that did not happen this year. But for me, that doesn't mean that nothing has happened this year. You say you can see. What do you mean by you can see? Do I look like what I've been through? Because sometimes some people used to Yoruba fala fala. This my Yoruba. As far as you understand, as far as you understand. But yeah, so it's that it's possible that you can go through the year, you can go through a season where things don't work the way you planned or the way you expected. That's normal. That's okay. It's not a new thing. Like it happens. It's the average person's experience. A lot of times we plan and it's not often that things happen the exactly we plan. That's normal. But we must not get to the place where we decide that the door has closed. Hey, hi Trix, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Super happy to see you here again. Hope you had a good night. Hope you're doing great this morning. So, yeah, today I'm just talking about the fact that it's not over and it's not the end because it's the end, especially now that we're at the end of the year. You can think that, oh, this year has gone, let me just start looking at next year and see what can happen next year. So my message or my word of encouragement today is that it's not over. It's not over yet. There's still time. Something can still happen, and we must not close our minds to the possibilities that are still available to us. And so Like I was saying, so it's rare that you plan something and it happens the way you planned it. A lot of times you will plan A, is B and C that will happen. You will say what's going to happen this year is one and two. By the middle of the year, you realize they may well don't share. That's how it happens. That's life. And so because that's life, we must we must have a mindset of an always open mindset. A mindset of something can still happen. Something can still change. There is still possibility. The door is not closed. When you adapt this mindset, MTN's number one never is the second run. Exactly. You know, the place I live now, when I move here, I move here because this is normally have light. They say they normally have light. They say if they take light here, it's at least 2 hours a day. Since I moved here, that thing that they said, I have not experienced it for up to, I don't think I've experienced it for one full month. That's life. I came here with the mind, okay, I've now settled down in terms of NEPA, I won't worry again. But every day, almost every day, in the past, I don't know, in the past month now, I'm worrying about life. I don't cook food and put in the freezer again because it will spoil. So it's things like that where you can plan one thing, another thing will happen. You can be like, this is how I'm going to live my life. But as I said yesterday, life will wind you. It'll be like, you're the only one that thinks that. That's not it to happen. So every time I'm not enjoying the life, I'll put up a power bank. Thank God for power bank. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God for power bank, Abdul. So it's that we must always, where do I live? Hi, Daria Bayomi. I live in Ogun State. Welcome to the life. Must always have that mindset, right? That it's the door has not closed. The door has not closed. The door has not closed. The door doesn't close just like that. And once you know that, it will drive your own action. It will even give you encouragement. You will just know that okay, it has not ended. Even if it feels like the end is coming. In the case of how this year is already in December, like this. Oh, by the way, Daria Bayomi, where did you live? Because I've met the other people in the chat. So where do you live? I'd like to know that. So there must be that consciousness. Okay, so I have power bank and I have solar. So one small solar this thing inverter that is helping my life. That's how I have power. That's how my power is available. There's no good light. I mean, the light was good when I came. The light was good when I came. But right now, the light is uncheck the steady at all. It's very shaky. It's very very much shaky. So, but yeah, just before people use gist and carry me. So the idea is that you must always remember and you must always reckon that even when it looks like the situation is final, there is time, there is opportunity, there is a chance for things to change. There's a chance for things to change. Lori Dari, oh wow. Is the power what's the power situation in Lori by the way? What's life like in Lori? Is it good? Is it okay? Abdul say I should sing for Nepal. Oh my brother. Hello, hello, young crazy. Hi, young crazy. Good morning. Welcome to the live. Um, for those that are just joining, this is basically just a daily encouragement live where we just talk about life and cheer each other on, right? And that's what I come here to do. I come here to encourage and cheer you on. You're living in pace setter, of course. Do you have light, Abdul? Do you have light in your own pace setter? Is there light in the pace setter? Because when I lived in Oyo, light was okay. It was not bad. It was not great, but it was consistent. Like it was, they did load shedding one day on, one day off, like that, like that, like that. You experience, I'm fine, you're crazy. Where you live, you experience light, you experience what? Mm. So, anyways, back to the topic, right? So, things can happen 22 hours a day, Jesus! Oh my gosh, that is so good. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Abdul. When I lived in Oyo State, there was always there was not always light, but it was consistent. It was it was load shedding and it was consistent. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous, Daria Bayami. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. So, ah, 22 hours. That's amazing. So, before I get sidelined, right? Is that even if it feels like the year has ended, yeah, even if the year has ended, the year has not ended. If you're thinking about something that you want to do, if you're thinking about something you want to achieve, there's still time. There's still 3 weeks. You can still draw up a new business plan. You can still find a new partner. You can still put in your best at work. You can still give your boss that idea. You can still do something to turn your year around. And even if it does not turn your year around, it can be the thing that helps you start next year great. My point is, don't close the door. Don't decide that it's over and there's nothing to do again. Don't decide that there's nothing for you this year. You're crazy. I'm doing it right now, like right now. Don't decide that there's nothing this year, right? Don't decide that there's nothing more for you this year. There's still something. So don't close that door. That's the message of today, right? Before I give, because every time I come here now, Abdul will first use just to carry me away. Then I'll forget what I'm saying. So let me not forget what I'm saying before I use gist to forget myself. So there is still something in this year. You can still achieve something this year. You can still change something this year. It's not the end yet. That's the point. It's not the end yet. It's not over yet. You've still got 3 weeks. 3 weeks is enough to start something, enough to do something. You say let's concentrate. Yeah, I'm trying to concentrate. Where in Ogun do I stay? Uh I stay close to the camp, MFM camp, but Magboro. I don't know if you know that place, but yeah, that's where I stay. Excuse me. That's where I stay. So yeah, it's a constant consciousness that you need to have, right? That stuff can still happen for me. I can still put in the work. Sorry, I can still put in the work and get something out of the year, right? You need to be constantly conscious of that. Constantly, it's important that you know that it's still possible. It's important that you know that it's not a closed door. It's very important. Yeah, you know the place there. Yes, that's where I stay, close to the redemption camp. So it's not far from Prayer City. I think it's called, yeah, redemption camp, Prayer City. All those that axis. That's where I stay. Um, I don't know. My family is around somewhere. I don't know my family, but yeah. So you oftentimes, like I said, the state of your subconscious will drive your actions. So if you've closed the door of the year in your mind, this is your reminder to open it again. Just remind yourself, like there's still time in this year. So don't close the door. Don't decide that the year has ended, and so you will not put any effort or you will not do anything again this year. You will not try again this year. Don't do that. Don't close that door. Don't make that decision. You're crazy. I don't stay in Lagos. I stay in Ogun State. Don't decide that. Ensure that as you are planning, right, as you're planning for your next year, don't let it be don't let there be a gap. Let it be that you know that, oh, I'm continuing from this year. So it's not like you're, so of course, there are the holidays, you're going to rest and all of that. That's not what I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the headspace. Don't close the headspace. Don't close your mind, right? In that, yes, last minute, exactly. You get it there. I mean, is there's last minute blessing. Stuff can happen. Stuff can happen in the last minute that you did not think can happen, right? So it's that you need to remember that even in the remaining 3 weeks, today, like I said at the beginning of the live, right? I've heard people say, "Oh, doing it a lot. Like this year has gone. There's nothing more." And I'm saying, you still have, today is the fourth, so you still have 27 days in this year, and that's almost a month. That's all 4 weeks, like minus a day. That's 4 full weeks that you still have. So you cannot say that this year has gone when you still have 4 weeks. And so that's why if you're gonna do anything this year, you still have to do it with the mindset that this year is still open. There's still time. You cannot close the door of the year yet. That's what I was saying. So, and that will start with your mindset. So in your mind, the year should not be over, because everything starts, like I said yesterday, everything starts from our subconscious. Everything starts from how we're feeling. Everything starts from what we're thinking. And if you're thinking that the door is closed, then the door will be closed. Your actions, because your subconscious in that place, even your actions will not lead you to a place where the door is open. But if you are conscious of the fact that there is still time in the year, if you're conscious of the fact that the things that happen, that change things, or that change trajectory, or that change, they build up in a couple of steps, you will not close the door. You will still be putting in the steps. I said it yesterday, that is never one thing. It's never one thing that changes a person's life. It's never one big event that changes a person's life. I said yesterday, I said that it's usually a succession of events, a collection of events. This happens and this happens and this happens. And at some point, you have a big moment, but it's always something that has started from a collection of small moments. So even now, you can still experience those small moments. You can still put the work in for those small moments. I know I keep saying I said yesterday. For context, I do this live every day at 6:30 a.m. For those that are new here. That about Mrs. Where is my ring? What ring? What ring? Do you mean a wedding ring, or is there some other type of ring you're referring to? At what ring? Anyways, so it's that succession of actions that you need to put in, you still need to put in. So if you've closed your mind, you will not be conscious enough to put in those actions, because in your mind to be that, yes, done. Do you get me? So that's the encouragement, the main point for today. Don't close that door. Don't close the door. Don't think that it's over. Don't think that it's done. And we hear a lot of stories. We hear a lot of stories of people who last minute, if you if you go to church, you hear all those stories about, like, people that have a last minute miracle and stuff like that. Those things happen. But I'm not saying put your head in that space of a last minute miracle. I'm just saying put your head in the space of stuff can still happen. I can still do stuff. Do you get me? Wedding ring, of course. That's not to ask if somebody is married or not, but I don't have a ring. Who's my favorite YouTuber? My favorite YouTuber is really old. I don't think you know him. Ryan Higa is an Asian YouTuber. Ryan Higa, RyanHiga. But yeah, it's really creative. Um, no diversion, right, Abdul? Oh my God, thank you, Abdul. You used to be the one diverting me. Now you are the one saying no diversion. Thank you. You've changed. Thank you. Um, back to oh my gosh. Thank you, Abdul. So yeah, back to the topic, right? I don't know what the people here do. I don't know what you guys do in the chat, right? But I'm a writer, and something that happens in storytelling is I'm a writer. My entire career is a couple of years now, and it's been me as a writer, right? And something that's happened in something that happens a lot in writing and storytelling is that there's something called a plot twist. You know, it's where you've told the story to one point, and then you're like, hmm, let me not take it where they expect. I know this because I also used to write scripts for movies, right? And so when you're writing a movie and the movie is almost at the end, you're almost at the end of the script. If the end is predictable, as a writer, especially if you want to, ah, you want to wow the audience one more time. You be like, let's not allow this movie end like this. Then you just put a twist, right? That's kind of what I'm talking about. And it will be a twist that makes sense based on everything that has happened since the beginning of the story, based on the characters, based on what you know of them and stuff like that. So when that twist comes, for some people it will look sudden. For some people it will look like, this makes sense. That's because, excuse me, that's because you as the writer, you can see that in this character story, there's still space for something to happen. Will I like to be famous? Oh, good to hear that I'm a writer. Thank you. Will I like to be famous? Not really. I don't really care. I mean, as you can see, I'm not trying to like speak to a crowd or anything. I'm just here to encourage whoever is here to listen. But thank you for the offer, I guess. Um, see, Abdul, I feel like I should just appoint you as like the community manager. Thank you. Um, So yeah, it's that when you're writing, that's what I was saying. I was talking about writing. When you're writing, right, you can just decide that this story, if you just end, it might be boring, it might be too predictable, it might be too straightforward. Let me put a twist, right? That's what I do as a writer. So that's me as a writer. So you as a person living out your story, you can also see it that way. Like, yeah, it's gonna be boring if I just end here like this. Let me put a twist. So if there's something you've always wanted to do, something you've always wanted to try, if there's, this is a great time. This is a great time. If there's something you've always been thinking of starting, right? I mean, I mean, I mean, is something that you can start, you can go into, you can give it a thought, you can give it a trial. The point is, don't stop yourself, don't hold back. And as you go into the year, of course, we also have this mentality. Like the end is the end, the beginning is the beginning. There's many people they want to start something, they'll be like, I'll start it at the beginning, like it has to start on Monday. It has to start at the beginning of a new week. Since the year is over, it has to start in January. January 2nd, like this, I begin. Some people have that mindset. Like they like to, those people that don't like to see 97.8, they want it to be, you round it up to 100, or they don't want to see 99.9. Round it up. The 00 must be perfect. Perfect beginning, perfect ending. There are people like that. All right, that's cool. Thank you, Young Crazy. There are people like that. They want that perfect figure, the perfect figures, right? But it's never like that. It's never 001122. It's never rounded out. So you don't have to wait till January '01 or January '02 to start. If you're thinking the reason that the year is ended is because I've done everything I want to do and my next plans now I have to start in January. I'm saying you don't have to wait till January. I'm saying start now. I'm saying what's stopping you? Like, what's your excuse? Think about it, right? What's the reason that you cannot continue continue your old plan or start your new plan now? What's the reason? Is there anything holding you back? And yeah, of course, the first thing most people will be like money. So I'm not talking about that. I'm saying other than money, all things being equal, if there's something you want to do, something you want to start, something you want to build, what's stopping you right now from starting right now in the middle of December, that is the end of the year? There's nothing. There's nothing. You don't need a perfect beginning, you don't need a perfect end. You just need motion and action. That's what you need. You need to be constantly moving, you need to be constantly acting. And then when the time is right, you then need to rest. That's all you need. Anything else in the middle is unnecessary or undue considerations, right? You start, you stop, you start, you stop. You move, you move, you rest. That's the flow of it. And so when you assign times to it, or when you try to assign dates or formats to it, and I know this because I know people that have told me that, oh yeah, Kemi, I have this plan and I really want to do this plan, but I don't want to just start it like that. So I'm thinking that maybe the first Monday of next month. And I'm like, what happened to the remaining Monday in this month? Like, within the 3 Monday, you just throw throw it away like that because you need to meet a. You think that if you start at the beginning of the week, or you think that if you start at the beginning of the month, or you think that if you start at the beginning of the year, you'll do it better. No, that often means nothing to be in the real sense of it. That means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything at all. There are people who like this live stream. There are people who do their live streams in the morning. There are people who do their live streams in the afternoon. There are people who come at night. The timing of it does not matter. What matters is that you are doing it. What matters is that you've not stopped it. What matters is that you've not given up, right? That's my main message. It doesn't matter the other things, like the way you are starting, the schedule of it, those things don't really matter. What really matters is that you are not giving up and you are moving. What really matters is that you are in motion despite the challenges that you may or may not be facing. That's what matters most, that you are in motion. So, my encouragement for you today is don't stop being in motion. Don't don't relax. Don't relent. Don't relent. Don't be like, oti close, oti close. Cooking close. It actually never closes. That's the truth. The door to your opportunity, the door to your chances, the door to your next level, the doors that would open you to some partnerships, or those doors are never closed. They are just there waiting for you to move. They are just there waiting for you to move, right? And the longer you don't move, the harder it will be to enter those doors. Not because the doors will close, but because you will be moving further and further from the door in different directions rather than moving closer to the door. So if you are supposed to do something and you are waiting for time to be perfect, you are waiting for something to wrap up and something to start, you will be moving farther and farther away from what you should focus on. So it will be much harder to get to the opportunity or to get through the door that you're supposed to get into. So again, I say it does not matter. It does not matter where you start or where you end. It does not matter how you go or how you come. What matters is that you are in motion. Oftentimes, when you're in motion, you would even learn if you're in motion and you are going with your inner man in that motion. You will know when you are going in the wrong way most times. You will stop and retrace your steps. Um, yeah. So I chat. How old am I? I'm very young, very baby girl. I'm in my 30s. I'm a baby girl. Um, Tap the screen to like. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you so much. Thank you for saying that. Um, so I'm young. All my friends are older than me. But yeah. Um, so you need to keep the consciousness that the importance is that you're moving, you're not stopping. And when you stop, it should not be stop. It should be a pause. It should be a break. So excuse me. So if you are right now in this season saying it's the end of the year, I want to pause, that's understandable. You can pause so that you recalibrate and start again. But you are not pausing to stop. You're not pausing to give up. You're not pausing to get distracted. You are not pausing to lose focus. You're not pausing to forget the point. You are pausing to gather your strength and go again. And so if you need to pause, pause. The thing that you must not do is to close the door. You must not close the door. You must not put full stop. It's comma ha. So in writing, right? There are sometimes when I've also written some novels, and there are sometimes when you're writing and you understand that the sentence is too long, but you cannot put a full stop because for this story you are telling or for what you are trying to say, it has to be comma, comma, right? So it will be this, comma, this, comma, this, comma. Until you get to the point where it must be a full stop, you continue to do comma, hyphen, semicolon, colon. You use everything but full stop. That's that's the point. That's the example. Ooh, I don't know if this is the right example because I get it because I write every day, but I don't know if you get it. But that's how it's supposed to be. Don't put a full stop where it should be a comma. 30 years is not. I'll do yes, so we've not reached there. We've not reached there. I'm not 30. I'm in my 30s, but yes, and I'm young because I'm young. Even 50 is young. How much more 30? Um, but yes, like Abdul said, we never reached there. We have not reached there. uh, wait, Abdul, I've told you that when you write this Yoruba, I'm trying my best, but my Yoruba is not at the place where don't call me sita. You are calling me sita like this. Translate this your Agboye mama to English. Is it Agboye or Agboye or Agboye? You know Yoruba is. I told you that I need the armies to read it. There is no army on it now, so I don't know what this means. What does this mean? What does this mean? You have to translate that. I'll be waiting for the translation. Anyways, back to what I'm saying. So you don't put a full stop. Oh, understanding. Okay. Thank you. I guess. Thank you for saying that. You don't. Yeah, it's a yeah. Agboye. I think is it Agboye? Is that the pronunciation? My Yoruba is falafolo, as you say. Yoruba falafolo is anyhow, but we are trying our best. We're managing it. This Abdul is parablati. Ah, happy parablati, no. Oh my gosh. Um, back to the topic, Abby. Do you know how many times you say back to the topic on this live? Okay, but yes, back to the topic. See, there's no time again. It's like 17 minutes left of this live. But yeah. Okay, what were you trying to say, Dari? What were you trying to say? Um, your eyes are on him. Abio. Yeah. Watching. I think. Welcome to the group, Dari. Welcome to the club. Uh, anyways, because I'll have to go very soon in a few minutes. Let me just say, right, that whatever, if you don't take anything away from this live or today's talk, the focus, what you should take away is that today, right, the rest of this week, the rest of this month, the rest of this year, there are still opportunities for things to happen. There are still opportunities for work to be done. There is no finality, right? There is no finality to anything. The only final thing, to be honest, is when people die. And by our spiritual beliefs, our religious beliefs, death is still not even the end. So there is no finality to anything. And so you must always keep that in mind for work, for life, for opportunities, for anything that you want to do. Constant consciousness. There is no end to this thing. There is no end to the opportunities available to me when your subconscious is there. Your and that's the it's we've heard that saying, mind over matter. We've heard this saying, oh, parabolating Abdul. We've heard the saying, mind over matter. We've heard the saying about the spiritual controlling the physical. So the state of your mind and your inner man will largely influence the state, like the manifestation in your physical life. And so in this season, right, rather than think that, oh, what's it on? First of all, assume the mindset that nothing is final. There is no finality to anything. It can still happen. Only at any time. There is no monopoly on times when doors are open or not open. There is no monopoly on, nobody knows what that is. Nobody can tell. Nobody can decide how that happens. So it's that you keep that consciousness. Stuff can still happen this year. I can still get a if you want to even change your job, I can still get a new job this year. I've heard of someone getting a job in December before, which is usually when companies are closing up, rounding up, whatever. Doesn't matter. Stuff can still happen. So first of all, you start with your subconscious, your mindset, the state of mind you are in. And that state of mind should be that the door is always open. The door is always open to me, right? You need to say those things to yourself. The door is always open to me. Opportunities are not locked away from me. I can still do what I need to do. I can still get things done. There is no finality to anything. Once you have the mindset that there is no finality to anything, it will give you that energy, or more like the energy, like energy. So when you even have to do things, there's a way you will know that it doesn't look like results are coming out now, but there is no, it doesn't end here. There is no end. So you continue. That will give you energy, to give you ginger to continue. It will now even start giving you the mindset to think of ways, like what are new ways to make this better? What are new ways to improve this? What are new ways to, and the moment you start thinking like that, you start getting ideas, you start getting innovation, you even start getting energy to move, because when you think, so in your, to bring it back to when I said don't stop, pause, in your pausing, those are the times when you think, those silent moments, those quiet moments where there's nothing to do. That's when you think. And in your thoughts, it's just, you don't worry. Oh. It's not that you now be worried, what am I supposed to say? It's just you thinking, what am I doing? This extra time I have, what am I doing? Am I resting? If you're resting, rest. But if you're not resting, just let your mind go. Open your mind and let it explore possibilities. You'll see that in even those times, you'll now get some crazy good ideas that will jumpstart stuff. Do you understand? So please, the encouragement is not to give up, not to let go, not to sign off your situation, not to be like, this is what it is. There's nothing that can be done, stuff like that. This is I'm seeing the chat now. Abdul Adari. Thank you, Abdul. Thank you, Abdul, for driving awareness to sharing and liking and commenting. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. God bless you. Thank you so very much. And I just hope that, everything that I say here, I hope that it actually encourages you. I hope that, it actually helps you. I hope that it actually, like, is stuff that actually, is relatable to you. I hope that that's the case. I hope that it's not just us chatting, but it's that you are also getting something from it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for saying you love this trip. Um, right. And in the final sprint, right, I just want to remind you that if you stop, that's on you, right? If you stop, that's on you. If you give up, that's on you. If you let go, that's on you. It's not on anyone, because humans, we're very quick to blame the situation. We're very quick to say, oh, it's because of this and that and that. This happened and I could not do this. Like, I lost this, I could not do this. I saw this, I could not do this. Right? It's very, very important that you're able to stop and reevaluate yourself. Dari, I just saw your message. Dari, please. Especially yesterday's stream. Yes, yesterday's stream it was active. It was the practical of what I was saying. Yesterday's stream was the practical. Actually, the whole day yesterday, I was like, wow. And because I talked about it in the morning, I kept reminding myself that, ah, today I'm choosing joy in my mind, because this is what I talked about this morning. It's as if, because I came here to talk about it this morning, the entire life, I don't know, all the angels, the universe, everything, God, everything wanted to test me. But this thing that you said, do you mean it? The whole day, I'm telling you, the whole day tested me yesterday. And so that's something that is also important for me to state, that a lot of the things I share here, I'm not sharing them from previous life experience or something. It's not all the time. I'm sharing them from things that I'm learning on the way, on my journey. I'm learning these things too as I go. I'm learning them as I grow. I'm learning them through discussions. I'm learning them through experience, of course. But I'm not just, it's not just my experiences. It's also that I'm learning in real time. Sometimes it's what I've said, and then I have to apply it to myself later. For some of the other videos on the Abdul, don't get upset. You don't even like that. No, 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 don't get. That's fine. That's fine. So he doesn't have to, right? If he likes the stream, he can like it, and if he likes the channel, he can subscribe. And if he doesn't, if he's just hanging out, that's fine as well. It's not a problem. Thank you so much. Thank you. I feel very supported. Thank you so much. So the back to what I was saying. Is that things that I say here, even things that are on the main, like on the videos on the channel, when excuse me, when I've said them here, as I'm going through my daily life, like my normal life, I will now have to apply the things that I've said here for myself because things also happen to me to test that principle, right? Like yesterday was one of those days. Everything tested that principle for me. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, it's just so when there are comments like that, rather than argue, can just ignore them, right? Don't don't get upset. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That's what happens when different people gather in a place. Everybody is thinking differently and receiving information differently and viewing the situation differently. And so that usually informs how different people react. So that's probably why that's his own reaction to this live, or that's his own headspace in this life. His headspace is different from your headspace, and that's fine. It happens a lot. It's fine. Um. So yeah, don't be angry. Abdul, you're a jovial person now. You're a chill person. Yeah, hey, calm down. Like exactly, calm down. So yeah, I've said most of what I came here to say for today. Thank you for listening and thank you for helping me to come back to the focus and the focus. Thank you for helping me come back to the focus. So that most of what I came to say today, I've said it, which is just that focus. So as you go through your day, as you go through the rest of the week, as you go into the month, right? Just continue to remember it. Continue to remember it. It's not over. It has not finished. Like I said, you can still after you pack your load, like this guy I referenced, this scripture I referenced, after you pack your load, after you close your shop, it can still happen that somebody will come. You know, all those my mom sells clothes, right? So I know this experience. I've seen it in real life where she had spent the whole day, and it was one of those when I was younger, right? I was with her in the shop, and it was one of those days where she had not really sold. She had not really sold much, and she was already discouraged. And she was just like, "Check out the DSC," because my mom usually she used to close her shop then at 6 p.m. And she was like, "Let's wait a bit more. Let's wait a bit more. Let's wait a bit more." And she waited till like 7, and nobody came. She was so heartbroken. She was so like I could tell I was young, but I could read her emotions that she was not happy about it, right? And so she, as she's closing the shop, someone just comes and is like, so I'm so sorry, ma. I wanted to come here since, but I had to cook for my children, and then my husband came, and I'm so sorry. So that person had even had her in mind since morning, but the person could not come, and that person bought so much stuff. She was so happy, like it happens like that, to speak to the 11. Will there be streaming tomorrow? Oh yes. So like I said, it's every day 6:30 a.m. every day, Monday to Sunday or Sunday to Monday, anyhow you want to say it. But it's every day 6:30 a.m. I'm here from 6:30 to 7:30 every day. So if you come, you see me. If you come here 6:30 to 7:30, you see me. Even there were days that I was here and there was nobody here, so I just sat here and I was singing and listening to music. It's not. So if you come here 6:30 to 7:30, you'll see me in the morning every day. So yeah, you can add that to your schedule if you like the chat, And yeah, and if you even want to discuss anything, right? So it's not just one sided. There was one time I had a chat. It was just me and one lady, and she was just telling me like a situation and stuff, and I was encouraging her. So I do that too as well on here. It's just 1 hour of an of encouragement, 1 hour of encouragement. So no, it's not. So it's not a bad thing. It's like I said, I just use the shop. Like it's like sometimes you open your shop and people come. Sometimes you open your shop and nobody comes. Sometimes you open your shop, only one person comes. It's the same thing. So some days it's a lot of people, some days it's just you, some days it's just that what I do now is I'm sharing the lives more than I used to. So before I didn't used to share them at all. But now I'll start sharing the live so that people can rewatch if they want to. But yeah, it's it's just open. Anyone who wants to come can come. It's not a problem at all. Right. Yeah. So I've come to the end of my life. I've used my excuse me. Yeah, that's what happened yesterday. Yeah, so it's like that. Sometimes people come, sometimes people don't. It's I'm just here. The point is me, I'm here. So that's what I'm trying to establish. Me, I'm shy here. If you come, you meet me. And if you don't come, that's fine. I'm still here. So it's not you don't have to like worry about this thing. It's every day, 6:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. every day. And if for some reason I can't do the live, I will give notice. I will put on my I will post on my page to say, oh, I can't do the live today, or like yesterday evening where I shared the post and said I'm still having network issues. I can't do the live yet. So if you just come here at this time every morning, you see me here. But yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This was a fun live. I have come to the end of my life today. So we can gist until like for the remaining like 3 minutes. The person's gained on to loss because of his energy that evening. Oh, well, the person's gained on to loss. Is it gain turn to loss or loss turn to gain? The loss turn to gain. When you say like the loss turn to gain, Abdul is always having thank you, I appreciate you. I should wait to yeah, what's up? I'm waiting. Mo tún ti rí ikọ́ báyìí Ọlọ́run. I'm waiting on you and your flower lady. As Trick said, did you lower your gaze? Did you lower your did you lower your gaze? So what did you do with the flower now? Eh? 10 minutes extra for the gist. Oh yeah, what happened to the lady that gave you flower? Give me the gist. I'm waiting for your gist too. Waiting to the gaze. Yeah. flower is still with you, but the lady never come back. Voila. Keep the flower now. It's a gift for you, ne? It's a gift for you. Keep the flower. That's a is a sign of um is a sign of what is a sign of love. So at least you have the flower now. Next time you see her, you can give her the flower. You can tell her, hello ma, this flower is still with me. Oh. Alpha. You can greet her. You can gist with her. You are saying you should lower gaze. Should you be looking at the sky? Ṣé lower at the sky? Báwo ló ṣe? Why? Why do you want to bring out the Yoruba into me? You don't lower your gaze. I say it's a sign of love. So love can be neighborly love, right? Don't overthink it. Love can be between you and your neighbor. It's not a it's not where your mind is going. You can love somebody as a friend. You can love your neighbor. You can love your colleagues. That's a you. That's your. Is a you. This is a you problem right now. It's not the lady. It's you. It's where your mind is going. Ah, please. Okay, I've come to the end of the life for today. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I gotta go. I gotta go prepare for today's work. This was lovely. Thank you so much. And like I said, I'll be here again, same time tomorrow. So if you have some time, you should come around. Bye.